Mr. Doughboy, the homie as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yo.
How did it feel to be up there on the stage tonight?
Man, it felt great, man. You know, just doing my thing, having a great time, you know. Just a vibe all night.
Was the energy from the crowd like what you expected?
You know what, man? I think so many people that high, that's is about as much energy I expected, you know.
So like a W, like
No, big W, big W. Everybody a good time,
uh,
big W.
any specific moments on the stage that you felt like was like on top? Like anybody like vibe at a certain like bar or anything like that?
Uh, Honestly, I think anytime I perform a more melodic song, especially one called "The Road," I like it when I see people dance and vibe out to that one. That one means a lot to me.
You said that's called the road, right?
The Road, yes, yeah.
Okay. Speak a little more about that. Like
So,
what's the heart in that?
so the hard net is basically that comes from a lot of personal struggles, mainly mental problems I had to deal with a lot of my life, using drugs, basically trying to get out of that and find my demons. That's basically the meaning of that song.
Okay. So you some struggles with drugs in your life, right?
Yeah, I used to be pretty heavily addicted to codeine and Xanax.
Damn.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. But I'm also want to be able to breathe. So hey, man, we can rap without doing fucking drugs. You know what I mean? Y'all hear me?
Hell yeah. Okay.
Smoke weed though. Smoke weed though. I'm not trying
Yeah,
to be
keep going.
anybody's role model, right? For example, I'm not that. I'm not a good guy per se, but I try to push positivity, um, not necessarily in my music, but like by pushing music and dealing with shit and beef, whatever, through music instead of people out here killing themselves. Why not, hop on a beat? Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Um, so stuff like that. I try not to push shit about like killing motherfuckers. That's not me. I try to stick to what I know, speaking my stories and shit that motivates me.
So piggyback on that. Like what would you want people to walk away thinking about after hearing your music?
That's a good question. I wanted to feel like it hit them, like it hit a chord with them, especially a song like The Road. I wanted to remember something that kind of speaks to them. That I want my music to resonate with people, with their emotions.
Hell
So if
yeah.
they can
Okay.
walk away feeling anything, and maybe it'd be positive, negative, whatever, as long as it sticks with them, they remember it, then I've done my job.
How much a part of that is based upon where you're from, like versus like where maybe your
Uh,
casual listeners fly
I
in
think,
from?
man, I think my music is kind of universal. I try not to make my music sound too local. If you know what I mean, make it sound like
Okay.
just where I'm from. I try to mix it up. Like you could hear, I have a lot of like R&B type shit, and I have a lot of rap stuff. So I try to make sure my music can speak to everybody.
Let me ask you this: Do you think you're more of a performer or a storyteller?
Um, I think I'm a mix of both. I think about 50-50, to be honest with you, because if you're gonna be a performer, you have to be a storyteller because you have to tell a story. What are you gonna tell them? You can't just have no content, right? So I think it's a mix of both. You have to know how to entertain people on stage. You know how to carry yourself and write shit that can resonate with people at the same time. He's the best fucking promoter in this town. Absolutely, Donnie is the greatest manager in this town. Easy, hands down.
What's the weirdest thing anybody yelled at you on stage?
Have my
I think a
babies.
guy wanted me to sign his nipple.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
little weird. Yeah,
Okay.
he showed it to me too. I was not impressed.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
not
Did you
impressed.
Oh.
sign it and then he
No,
showed
I
it,
did not.
or?
I did not. No, it looked a
Oh,
little
okay.
fake. That's why I try to stay away from it.
All right. Bet.
Yep. Love my fans.
Uh, this is Wizard News signing out. This is Jasper Madrazo on this fucking beat.